Hi guys, good morning everyone. In yesterday, we just gave an introduction to Gen AI, what is Gen AI, and I talked about the what is AI. So as we said, the AI is a field of computer science that focus on creating or mimic the human intelligence, which that machines can perform tasks typically require human intelligence. Simple to say. If someone asks you, hey, you are learning the AI, what do you mean by AI? Everyone have a doubt, right? Everyone nowadays, everyone talking about AI, artificial intelligence. Everyone talks about the even take from kid to politician. You won't believe in summer camps. I have seen literally. I have seen these in schools. It happened with my kid also. In summer camp, they said that for the kid one, we are going to teach the Gen AI for kids. Do you think for 1 year kid they know about everything about AI? Do you know everything about AI? If someone asks you what is the AI, what is the definition of AI, in that moment you simply say that, hey boss, AI is a computer science field that no need to tell about the formal definition. AI is basically focused on creating intelligence that performs tasks typically require human intelligence. So simple to say, AI is a creating intelligent visions to mimic the human intelligence, human intelligence to perform a specific task. That's it. If someone asks you, this is a simple AI. What does it? So it says that we are creating intelligence missions which perform specific tasks or perform some task. It required human intelligence. Simple, it required the human intelligence. Right. That's it. Right. Some of the examples already we discussed. Some of the examples in artificial intelligence, ChatGPT, Claude AI, Gemini AI. There are the n number of tools now people are talking, DeepSeek and all. So the AI can be used in healthcare industry. For example, nowadays if I ask you, you felt, how many of you know, if you're, let's say, you're feeling headache, how many of you search or did research in internet? What are the causes for headache? What are the causes for COVID? How many of you searched or researched in internet and how many said that? So these are the symptoms. Google suggested me this is the disease. So many of doctors says that even we have a students, we have some few student doctors says that people are doing research in Google and say that this probably this could be a cause. They think too much about that. Right. Of course, it does some good job for us. In terms of healthcare, also AI can be used. And everyone talking about the Tesla and BYD cars, which are known for the self-driving cars, which are purely vehicle navigation, autonomous vehicle navigation, which is powered by AI. AI suggesting the navigations and all. And you search based on your research, based on your search, browsing, purchasing pattern, recommending the products, future product, what kind of products would be suitable for you. It can be done by the AI, Amazon AI personalization. Right? These are some of the examples we discuss. So you want to learn the AI. What are the things he required for you? Three things is required. That's already I covered in yesterday session. Right? That's already covered in yesterday's session also. What are the three things is required for that? One is about machine learning, second one is about the deep learning, third one is about the reinforcement learning. What machine learning does? Machine learning enables algorithm to gain knowledge from the past experience. So they gain knowledge from the past experience. So for example, you have done one mistake in your office work today. Are you going to repeat the same work or same mistake tomorrow? You have done one mistake in your office work. Are you going to repeat the same mistake forever?
No, we don't.
No.
No. For example, end of the month for everyone getting a salary is really, really important to survive us, right? So in order to get a salary, you need to fill the timesheet. Unfortunately, for the month of February or for the month of March, you have not filled the timesheet. Due to that, you have not received the salary for the month March. Are you going to repeat the same mistake ever?
No.
No, right? Forever you are not going to repeat, right? Right, because which hurts us, which impact us a lot. Similarly, what machine learning does here, these algorithm, machine learning algorithm gain knowledge from the past experience, from the past behavior of the data, and understand the knowledge, gain the knowledge. That knowledge will help us to enhance their performance without the need for direct programming. So it will enhance in the future, it will do. So that is what the machine learning is really required for us. Deep learning is also called as a neural network algorithm, which are modeled after the function of the human brain. After the function of human brain. This is how it look like. For example, I have a two variable age, occupation. I want to predict the salary. So this variable will be false. This variable it does, right? And then we will use a model called predicted value. Some value predicted salary. This is this is called as the simple machine learning algorithm. These are the by using these two variables, age and occupation, we are trying to predict the salary. And then, I mean, we'll try to predict the salary. That whenever we predict the salary, we will get a predicted salary. Simple. Right? Understood? Right? This is all about the simple machine learning algorithm. If you go with the deep learning algorithm, can you guess? So, do you know Tesla or BYD has built on top of the deep learning algorithms? Sorry, deep learning and deep learning algorithm. So BYD. Do you know about the BYD cars, right? BYD Tesla. Yes or no?
Yes.
You have heard about BYD? Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Can you guess? Can you guess how many neural networks they have used to create the autonomous vehicle navigation cars? With the help of neural networks they have created. Can anyone guess how many neural networks have used to create the Tesla cars? Any guess? Try tell me. I can search in net also. In the meantime, can you guess
Somewhere in billions.
how many? Check it. How many neural networks are used to create Tesla car, Tesla models, right? See, Tesla autopilot system utilizes multiple neural networks with the key components of Hydra net. One of the concept is a Hydra net. So, see here, a full build autonomous which involve 48 networks that take 70,000 GPUs to train, and together they output 1,000 distinct tensor products. So they have used almost 70,000 GPUs, right? So they have used recurrent neural network. PyTorch is one of the framework which used to build the deep learning. It also been covered in our course also, right? So even for AI, autonomous and everything, the backbone is deep learning. The backbone is deep learning. The AI, entire AI is built on top of the deep learning. So for you, deep learning, understanding the deep learning is really, really important. I will explain you with a simple words or a simple layman terms. I will explain the deep learning, how deep learning works for you. Okay, with a simple example. And no, don't worry about that the names looks like too bigger. It's very simple and very easy about this deep learning. Now let me ask you next point. Reinforcement learning, which help you the machine by experimenting and making the mistake. Okay, let me ask you a question. You made a mistake. What do? Are you going to learn from the mistake? Still let it, okay, I've done the mistake, let it be there. You are not focusing on rectifying the mistakes.
We'll do root cause analysis why the mistake was made and then work on
Hmm.
it.
Okay. Okay, let me ask a question. I hope Rishabh you are working right.
Yes.
Rishabh, can I ask you a few questions?
Sure.
Probably you have more than 5 years of experience, if I'm not wrong.
No, around 3 years.
Okay. Oh, anyone have 5 years of experience in this group? Anyone have 5 years of experience in this group?
I do.
Chandu. Okay, Chandu, right?
Yeah.
Chandu, let me ask you a question. Probably 5 years of experience means probably you have seen more than five appraisals, right?
Mm-hmm.
End of the year performance appraisal.
Yeah.
At the end of probably you work for the same company, just assume that you work for the same company. End of the year, manager say that, hey, Mr. Chandu, you have done this and that, blah blah blah. What you are trying for next year? You want to get the good high. Whatever the managers given a feedback, you ensure that you are 100% complaint about the compliance. Basically, you are satisfied. You have achieved the goals. Then only you can go to the next year, right?
Yeah.
What does it mean? So you have done some mistakes, or you are not able to perform. The manager has given an input to you to perform that task, specific task. You have performed. You are looking for the next year appraisal.
Yes.
This is a kind of feedback, loop in feedback. So every time they give some feedback, you'll rectify the feedback, and on top of that, you'll perform again and again. That is what the meaning of reinforcement. That is what the meaning of reinforcement. So reinforcement learning helps machine learn by experimenting. They've done some experiments and making the mistakes with input from the humans. So we give the input from the humans. Oh, this is not the correct way. I have done it. You need to rectify. And then the AI system guided its decision to facilitate better learning outcome. And the backbone, guys, trust me, if you know these two concepts, reinforcement learning and deep learning, if you understand in depth of these two concepts, trust me, for next to 10 years, there will be no problem for your job. I don't know. I mean, deep learning is required. I don't know. It can be automated further, but reinforcement learning is really, really required. Even AI agents probably heard about AI agentic AI, right? Entire AI agentic is working on top of the concept of reinforcement learning. On concept of reinforcement learning, which is really, really required. If you are confident about the reinforcement learning, of course, it is in our course, guys. Don't worry. Um, if you are confident about the reinforcement learning for next 10 years, whether ChatGPT may available, may not be available, or maybe Claude AI will be available, may not be available, AI agency available, may not be available, but everything run behind on the concept of reinforcement learning, which is really, really important. Of course, okay, let me directly learn reinforcement learning without knowing about the machine learning and deep learning. No, it is not possible. All three are interconnected to each other. If you want learning deep learning, directly cannot learn the deep learning to understand the concept. To understand the concept. So you just understand the concept, which is really, really important. Maybe today tools may be available, may not be available. But if you know the concept, you have the ability to build on your own LLMs or own AI agents, then you are the master in the area. Make sense, guys? Make sense? Any questions so far? Okay. For example, let me ask a question. Probably the people, Chandu are the people who are working in more than 10 years. Anyone have 10 years of experience?
Yeah.
Apart from Chandu, anyone else?
Yes, I
Anyone else?
also.
John, okay, let me take an example, John. If you don't mind, may I know which technology
Yeah,
have
I do
started your
have.
career? Which technology, Umesh, which technology have started your career 10 years ago when you started your career? If you are okay to share.
Yeah, actually, I am in the
Data
data science only.
engineer.
You 10 years ago started data engineer. Sir, 10 years ago, there is no word called data engineer. Of course, there are the technological big data technologies, but there is no word called data engineer 10 years ago. Probably would have worked with the big data technologies like Scala, Spark, Hive, these kind of thing technology probably would have worked on 10 years ago, if I'm not wrong. Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, John, please.
Yeah, I started in the data field only. So data analytics and the um, data science, or
Okay.
it was not
Let me
data
ask.
science, but it was in SPSS
Okay.
or
Okay, okay, very good.
Those tools I have started with.
Yeah, 10 years ago means IBM SPCS, right? Even I worked on that point in 2014, if I'm not wrong, right?
Yeah.
2014, 15. There was a tool to perform the data science task in the
Yes.
2013 and 14. Even I worked on it. Data science task. We have a tool called SPSS. Now tell me, how many of you are using SPSS as of today? Probably less than 1%. In 2016 and 17, our language is famous for data science. Even I taught to the students in 2017 and 18. Still, data science concepts are there, but now people are using Python. Tomorrow, Python may go on Julia come. Babu, Julia also come. Let's say PySpark comes only for data science stuff. Some XYZ comes. Doesn't matter. For us, it doesn't matter. The concept is all these other tools. What is required for us? I know because of data science concept, I worked on SPSS. I know the data science concept because of that I worked on the R language. How many days I can learn? In how many days I can learn? Maybe 10, 15 days or 20 days or maximum 1 month I can learn these tools, right? But if I know the concept, I can survive for more than 10 years and 15 years. If you just rely on the tools, you may lose the benefit or a very span no small span of time. Okay, makes sense. Okay, thank you, John. Anyone would like to share your thoughts on this? Umesh, Alok, Chandu, Lakshmi, Prakash Purohit, Yogesh Bate, Vijay, Vigneshwaran, Prashant. Okay, perfect. So the field of AI, AI. So as I said that based on the reinforcement learning makes a mistake, right? AI system recognize patterns and learn from the data. Could AI something can create something human like? Could AI system can think something as a human? Does AI systems or could AI systems work as a human? Of course, yes. The answer is, what is the answer? Generative AI. No, sir, I did not understand your question. Who create the, for example, you are a everyone like poems or everyone like singing a song. So you need to someone create poetry. You want to create some essay writing. You want to write a draft email as a human does. Do you think these kind of tasks created are done by generative AI? Of course, yes. Right? Of course, yes. So now the answer is, so what is the field of science? As I said that. So the combination, as I told you, right? The generative AI is built on top of the two things. What are those? Deep learning and reinforcement learning. The which allows generative allow machines to create and generate the content. Allows machines to create and generate content. Some of the use case across the industries like marketing, education, HR, and all. Right? Some of the use case, even not only this, even finance. Every other industry people are using the generative AI nowadays. Right. So some of the in 20th century. In 20th century, what is this, guys? What is this in 20th century? What is this? What is this 20th century? Come on, what is this left hand side? What is this?
Macintosh.
Huh?
Macintosh.
Macintosh. Can simple say computer
Yeah.
in easy
Yes.
language? Can I say in easy language? Can I say computer? So
Yeah.
probably in 1970s, 1980s, or 1990s, early 1990s, people talk about computer. Because of computer, we lost jobs. We are going to lose the jobs. That's what people thought about, right? Maybe our fathers, maybe our grandfather probably would have thought about it. Majority of them. If I'm not wrong. Am I right, Amir? Am I right, Adil? Right.
Yes.
Alok? Yes. But computer was the game changer 20th century. Because of the computer, because of the system, now we were here. Now, similar like as a game changer in 21st century, the game changer is AI tools. That is something like ChatGPT, DeepSeek, and all. Now, by using the ChatGPT and DeepSeek, everyone thinks like that we are going to lose the job. At any cost, it is not true. With the help of AI tools, our quality of work efficiency will increase in our daily life. Probably. Now, can you tell me answer how it will be increased? Okay. Chandu, as an example, Chandu. Now, Chandu would like to write an email, or Chandu would like to write an email to a school
Can
teacher,
you
or
tell about other AIs also like Gemini and Cloud
Ge-
AI, Microsoft?
yeah, see, Copilot is the Microsoft, Gemini is the Google, Claude, Claude is the another AI tool which is used for coding purpose and all. GitHub Pilot. These are similar. We'll show you that example one by one. Anyhow, in the real world classes, we will cover that. We will cover Gemini, we will cover ChatGPT, we will cover Amazon Q, we will cover GitHub Copilot. In my current one of the project, as I am working, let me give one small example. I'm working in a bank, as I told you, right? As you know, everyone knew about that. I'm working in the bank yesterday. Also, I mentioned I'm working in a bank called. What is the bank name?
Just busy.
HSBC. Okay. What is the full form of HSBC?
Hong Kong Shanghai Banking Corporation, something like.
Hong Kong, Shanghai. Okay, very good. Thank you. That is correct. Right. What we does as we are working the bank generally were there are the risk projects, credit risk projects. Majorly, I'm heading the credit risk project. Majorly, we use a tool called SAS. Generally, we use tool called SAS, Statistical Analysis System. Still, it is one of the licensed tool and famous tool. Now, due to license cost, we are migrating our projects Python or PySpark. They are the codes which was built 10 years ago. Codes which were built 10 years ago. Now we want to migrate. So we said that we give an estimation of 5 months of time or 4 months of time to migrate. With the help of there is a tool called GitHub Copilot. GitHub Copilot. It will give us the code in just fraction of seconds. Let me tell you one simple example. Even in fact, for not only that, there is a thing called collab. There is a thing called collab also. I'll show you just example. In the Gemini, in the how does it write the code also, I'll show you. One second. Just I'll show you. I'll open something. Anyhow, once you reach the Python, I'll explain in detail. Maybe Monday onwards, I'll explain the Python. I'll give you details about all these things in detail. Okay. Here, I'm connecting to the GPUs and all. Here, you can write generate with AI. When you click on this code, uh, can you create a code for, can you tell me one code which you would like to see? Anyone? Any idea? Anything? Anything? Try it at least. Try it.
Print hello world.
That's simple, right?
Reading images from a folder, set of
Can you
images
create
from.
a code for reading? Okay, very good. Reading images, set of images from a folder. Okay. Is it correct?
Yeah.
So automatically see here. How much time it has taken to generate the code? So, but
Just
prompt can
seconds.
just seconds. Import OS from PL, import image, read images from the folder. Just you need to give the folder path, guys. Right, read image from the specific folder, the folder path, the path of the folder containing the images. List of PL images, none of the folder does not exist. Right, folder path, print error. If not exist, file, list of directory, all these things. You just when you execute this code, automatically you just need folders, image folders. Where is the image folder? Just you need to give the folder. Basically, in this path, you need to give the. Assume you have a folder name called images in that same directory in the script. Just you need to give the path. That's it. read image from the folder. That is what I think. That is what that is. All right. Now let's say there are the files. Okay, let me show you one example. Let me write the simple code. Sample data. Let's say California data. So analyze files with GMV. See, let's say it is asking the question, analyze files with the Gemini. So it is asking something called tickets data. Let's say data clean. I just give an example. Can you analyze the, can you perform EDA analysis? Explore data analysis on data cleaned. So it is thinking. So automatically it perform, guys. It is perform. Say, see, it is asking, happy to help you. Here is a set of tasks I can execute in a notebook. Help to answer data loading, data exploration, data visualization, data analysis, finish task. Execute. You want something changed? Free to send feedback, and I'll try to update plan accordingly. Execute plan. Continue. See, see, it is executing the plan. Why as per that? The question is, so why I'm talking about all this thing? You can write the code. See, have you written any code in the last 5 minutes or 3 minutes? Have you written any code? No. But what we have given, can you create a code for reading set of images from a folder? But the interesting and challenging thing is that, see, challenge is that Gemini or ChatGPT sometimes may not allowed into your organization. Your management asks you to do the same thing. They ask you to create your own LLM. That is what the problem comes into your picture. That is what you need to understand the concept. What is happening in the background? Whether the given the answer is correct or wrong. That is what the ability. So even AI tools do not have ability to interpret your output of the model as per a required analysis. When you know the concept, when you understand the subject, then only you can able to interpret the output of the model. The drawback with the AI, it will give the output, but they don't have ability to read as you're required. See, the code has been generated. Am I right, Umesh? Chandu, Rishabh, John, Yogesh, Alok, right? Vigneshwaran, Shivashai, Nakshatra, Jonathan. Are you able to follow me? Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir. You're right.
So this is what everything it is giving. But okay, given this. Okay, they have read something about age and fair. What is your understanding? What is the understand? They give some output. Let's say I've taken this image, copy image into Word doc. Let's say paint. What is your understanding? Can you tell me? What is your understanding? What is your understanding? I'm not questioning you. What is your understanding by looking at this image? AI is given all these things. As a human, what is your understanding?
Scatter chart.
The
Um,
persons who are failed
hmm,
at the age of
hmm.
0 to 5 are pretty much, and from 10 to 30 is this much, but person who are colored have more in the age of 20 to 40 something.
This okay. This is how you do interpret your business, people.
Uh,
No,
those who are paid more and those who are younger, they have the more chances of surviving.
Okay, very good, very good. Some slightly you have given a correct answer. Um, is it the way you explained your business?
no.
You should have probably. I mean, you
A
should
story
understand
behind it,
the story
understanding it. Yeah.
behind. Yeah. So that is what my intent is here. You have not written any single line of code, or you never thought to write a code. However, it has given a output to you, right? It has given some output to you. What is required is that understanding the output. When you'll get understanding output, when you have a command on the data, then only you can understand the output, right? when I command on the data. So that is what my intent is, that understand the subject, understand the concept is really important rather than the writing a code or rather than using a particular tool. Make sense? Make sense, guys?
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. We'll discuss all these things. Will in our cover in our course also will be covered. All these things we can create automated pipeline for all these things, which is a part of course only. Okay, which is a part of course only. Okay, maybe if I show the first day pipelines and all, people will run away from the class. So I don't want to show you that in the day one. Right? Some of the AI tools everywhere. It is a buzzword. It is a buzzword. I gave a GPT 4 budget and thousand told me to make such as many as possible. So someone played it, right? Your ChatGPT has given some answer. So everyone talking about the chatbots, psycho chatbots, attack of the psycho chatbots, are ChatGPT. Everyone talk. Of course, it is a kind of old images 1 year ago images, right? These are the buzzword. Everyone talking about that. So now, what are the some applications, some example, and some application and some kind of motivations we will discuss in today class. Okay. So some applications. Any questions before I go into some applications of generative AI and all?
Yeah, I have one question. Hi, good morning. This is Arvind here. So,
Yes, yes.
what we
Arvind.
can't do in generative AI? So, can you use some examples what we can't do in generative AI?
Generative AI can help you to write the code, but if you're given a complex code, generative AI cannot able to assess as per your requirement. Second thing is generative AI cannot able to interpret the model output as per your requirement.
Okay.
These are
So,
the
but
drawbacks.
manual interpretation is required, right? So,
Definitely.
without manual interpretation, it won't do generative AI. It won't do
Yes.
alone, right?
Yes. So let me tell
Yeah,
you
and
one.
then AI and then generative. What is the difference?
See, AI is an application. Generative AI is there are different kind of tools. But generative is nothing but generating some content. The content could be in the form of image or AI, sorry, image, text, voice, and video, and it can be performed with the help of tools, AI tools.
Yeah, like before we used to have without generating the images, the chatbots, all those things, right? In
Yeah.
generative AI, we can process those images
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
Exactly.
No, no. One
Mm.
question. Actually, everywhere Gen AI is discussing. But what about the the industrial AI and other things are going to be discussed right in nowadays? Because generative AI is completely depends on the prompt engineering and other things also. If
Mm.
I'm not wrong, because I'm a very entry level knowledge person.
Correct.
But
Correct.
yeah, but industrial AI also be very
That
booming up.
that is what
Yeah, so
not industrial AI, sir. It is the agentic AI.
agentic AI, sorry. Yeah, agentic AI.
That is what I covered, that agentic AI also, right? So, so if I'm not wrong, I covered here reinforcement learning, which help us to create the agentic AI. Did I mention that point?
Yes.
I joined little late. Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
I mentioned that point, sir. So
Agent
for
is
the
something like who assist us in doing
see,
certain manual task or something like that. But we try to use generative AI concept in the agent AI to assist
see basic.
based on the
Let me
reinforcement learning, right? We
yeah.
try to
Let me
correct it.
explain you. Let me explain a simple layman language. So, who asked this question? If I'm not wrong, who asked this question? I mean, I don't want to say anything to them. Just want to refer their name. That's it.
Yeah, actually, my name is Surendra. Actually, I
Surendra. Yeah. Let
because
me ask you, Surendra.
yeah, the comparison between the Gen AI and agentic
Yeah. Let
AI
me ask
because
you.
yeah.
Let me explain you, Surendra.
Mhm.
Generative AI means, as you said, that with the help of prompt, we can create the images, text. As per we are just given the prompt, as per the prompt, it will respond and will give the output, right? That's what we said. Whereas
Yeah.
what agentic AI does basically, it is a kind, it is a kind of tool to perform the specific task in our daily life. For example,
Mhm.
you can create an agentic AI to schedule your meetings in a daily, day by day, daily life, right? So it is a kind of maybe when you are busy, when you like it, the kind of calendar works, right? Maybe you are doing right. For this, what you have done, you some maybe agent some done some mistake. You correct the mistake and you said that oh this is not the correct. You have to perform some other way around, right? It will take the feedback, input feedback that is called loop in feedback, and then it will give you the output, and it will perform the task as per the
Uh,
requirement. Yeah.
Currently, so I'm working at USA in Austin, Texas. So we are testing a GPT powered claim assistance. So
Mm.
using RAG to generate summaries from customer logs. You know that, right? So even with grounding, we have seen hallucinations in edge cases. So how would you ensure factual reliability in a setup where one wrong output can affect a financial decision?
See, when you check this, basically you are checking the RAG, basically retrieved augmented
Yeah.
generations. In this case, there are the efficiency techniques. LoRa is one of the technique, which is a famous technique to assess the RAG models and PDF things. See, whenever you build a model, be it a machine learning model, deep learning model, or AI model, directly we cannot, we build it, we can go into the production. There are the evolution metrics which can help us to evaluate the model.
Yeah, so currently we are following a multi-layered approach. So we have put a strong retrieval layer, and we have put more grounding enforcement, guardrails, and we do multiple validations like rule-based and NLP systems.
Yeah, see, apart from that, even if you want to use the raw RAG base, there is a one more technique called LoRa is the one technique. That will help
Yes,
you to
yes.
assess, yeah, that will assess to the evaluate the efficiency of the model or documents, I would say that. Or
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Chunk RJG is the one more is there.
Yeah, yeah. That's great. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just example one or two, just example. If I explain all these things, people will not be able to understand in the very first session. That is the reason. Okay. Next thing, yeah, please.
Yeah, I have
Surendra,
one question.
Yeah,
yes, sir. Yeah,
beginners won't get to understand. As we have some experience, we can know the beginners. We should start with the scratch.
yeah, correct. Of course, we in our course will start from the very scratch. The one you asked the question, Laura and all, maybe these are the end topics of the course, Laura and all. Right? Mm,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
Yes. Go ahead, Arvind. You are asking something.
Yeah, for generative AI and then AI and machine learning, right? For all these platform, you need to for creative, you need to work. So, which language you need to uh, very much
Ah,
comfortable, and which language you need to focus more.
see, so generative AI and all, everything now we are doing on top of within Python. So we are going to learn Python. We need to perform the Python, all these
Okay.
tasks.
Yeah, but
So
actually, yeah, in Python, the coding and all those things we have to generate with the help of generative AI, right? That is
see,
coding
if
is not
I
a big deal, right? And with the help of
but
generative AI, we can generate the code and then some basic knowledge is enough. Basic knowledge enough to work on this platform.
yes, see now let's see. I've written this code right in front of you. Only no,
Yes.
generator has given all the code right.
Yeah.
You don't know anything about the Python. What is the import Python, import pandas? What is the meaning of try? What is the meaning of except? What it does? Maybe directly exactly the same code you cannot use, right? Now you may ask a
Yeah.
question
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
let me
That's what
complete.
some basic
Let
knowledge enough. I think they just
let one
okay.
second, one second, Arun, don't mind, please.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Sure. Thanks. No.
the reason is now where we have loaded the data, so we have given one file, right? Data clean file. We have given this file to where this is the platform of Gemini, right? Or Google, right? That means now we are giving a data to Google, right? Do you agree with me?
Yes. Yes.
Now in real world, let's say you're working in the banking industry or financial industry, or maybe other industry, there is a data is a more sensitive data s- due to security concerns and all. You are not willing to give a data to a ChatGPT or Gemini or some Claude. Hence, your management ask you do some research on Gemini and all, but don't give original data, right? Then you have to write the code, right? For that, we required coding language. If I'm not wrong, few days ago, Microsoft, Bill Gates. Do you know about the Bill Gates, right, everyone?
Yeah. Obviously.
Yes, right. Of course,
Yeah.
this is not my statement, guys. This is not my statement. It is a statement made by the what is that? Bill Gates. Someone in a podcast, if I'm not wrong, I remember which podcast it was. Few days, a month or so, like that. Can you tell me what are the technologies which is going to be evolved, which is safer from the AI, which is safer from the AI? He made a statement that your job is safer, basically. Three industries or three things which is really going to be highlighting next 10 years. You should have a more understanding about the coding. Second thing is that energy industry. Third is about the waste management. These three areas where AI can never replace you. So if you write the coding, tomorrow if you understand the coding, in depth of the coding, understand, you can create your own LLM. You no need to depend on ChatGPT, you no need to depend on Gemini. You can create your own LLM, right?
No, it is already LLM is LLM is it's already there, and then why need to spend a lot of time to create that LLM again, right? It's a
See, that
waste
is
of
the
time, right?
that
Waste of time, waste of resource,
uh
cost management, everything is waste,
no
right?
no. Don't think in that way, sir. The major concern in 21st area is not about the thing saving the time. It is all about the privacy concerns, security concerns. All of sudden, Arvindji, tomorrow your family data, your family pictures, your all other details, bank account details are available in dark website. What do you do?
What happened to the open
Uh,
source
one,
website?
uh,
Like
one, one, one second. Rishabh, I will answer your question. Just give me 2 minutes. I'll answer your question. Right? So everyone nowadays are everyone worrying about the privacy concern and security concerns. Right? If I'm not wrong, also you also have. So still the companies are worrying to use ChatGPT and Gemini and all in the real world. As and when possible, they're trying to create their own LLMs as much as can. If not, they don't have any worry about the security guns, they can use the existing one. But what if you have ability to create your own LLM? That will be good an opportunity for you to learn more. You have more opportunities, more knowledge, more package you learn. That's what my intent.
Yeah, but no, but it's so everybody's create its own LLM. Is it so easy? No, it's a LLM gets create a LLM. It's a big complex things, right?
Not
It's a, for
see, not
Google itself, it take more than 10 years to create the LLM, right?
see. One second. Google is a platform. Is they created a API one task which can be helpful for everyone in the world, right? Everyone in the world, right? Let's say you're creating LLM only for specific purpose, right? Then why do you need much time?
Okay.
See, for example, you're working for a financial bank, maybe you're working for a bank called HDFC. With respect to the HDFC prospective, only you can create an LLM. For that, you no need to require 1 year, 10 years, 20 years. You may require just 6 months, 5 months of time. That's it.
Okay.
Yes, please go ahead. Next question. Rishabh, you're asking something, please. I can answer a question.
what happened to the open source?
See, open source like you mean to ChatGPT and all.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
Llama 4, they announced that, hey, we try to open source our models and such stuff like that, right? So
You
we could
can
leverage those to our custom data, right?
we
Or
can we can, but up to some extent only we can use, right? It may not solve our entire purpose, right? See,
yeah,
we can,
makes sense.
It
yeah,
can just only give the blueprint. That's it.
yeah. For example, let's say open source Llama, LLM index, and all what it does, you can utilize them. Just it is a kind of blueprint, as Umesh mentioned, or it is a kind of gateway to enter into the LLM or to create your own LLM. By utilizing them as per your requirement, you can make a customization,
Makes
right?
sense.
Yeah. Next question, please. I think,
Thank you.
yeah.
So, are we
Arun,
going to create our own LLM in the span of the course, at least a
yes,
small
sir.
one?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That is what my intent is. End of the day, if you are not unable to create your own LLM, what is the point to learn this course?
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
So how
That
we gonna train the
one sec, Sandeep. I can answer your question. Just give me 1 second, Sandeep. I'll answer your question. Ritesh, Rishikesh, or who said?
Yeah.
Rishikesh, right? That is the reason I'm stretching the word. End of the day, everyone assume that there will be no coding is required. My intent, I want to set up the expectations rightly or correctly, is that you also need to learn the code, then only you can able to create your own LLM.
Yeah.
That is what I want to
That's
create my
when
expect.
we'll able to debug our code if it's.
Exactly. I mean, maybe you cannot write line by line, you cannot no
Mhm.
need to write a complex thing, but you can utilize the existing tool. However, you could have ability to debug and modify the code where as and when required.
Okay.
Yeah. Next question, Sandeep. Sandeep, please.
Like how we gonna train those things?
How you going to train the means?
I mean, like for the LLM,
Sorry.
like we need to build.
See, if you want to train the LLM, few things is required. One is you have a coding platform. Of course, we are going to use the coding platform of Collab. If you want to deploy the model, we can use one of the cloud platform. We are going to use AWS or Azure or GCP. For that, we can use LLM ops or ML ops to perform the pipeline the things. And we can hit the some of the database with the help of agent AI. We can hit the some of the database called Wikipedia, the free sources.
Okay.
Or we can create a chat GPT, enterprise chat GPT, based on we can take small amount of data, some amount of data we can, and we can show. Here intent is I don't want to create the, I don't have ability to, I don't have a proper resource to create the large LLM. My intent is with a small amount of data, I can show you how to create the LLM, probably which would be required, which would be helpful for you to implement as and when required in near real world organizations.
So, okay, so using the AI area, whether it is agentic or else Gen AI,
Mm.
so what exactly the targeting? Like in this the whole course, whether you're utilizing the regular sales or else any banking or else
Let me
healthcare.
let me tell you about an example. Do you know Manipal
Mhm.
Hospital?
I know.
So Manipal
There
Hospital,
are they have different locations. Yeah, but
yeah,
one
yeah,
of them I saw in Karnataka somewhere. Yeah.
anywhere it will be, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Suppose
Mm-hmm.
maybe if I'm not wrong, they have 26 to 28 branches across the world, across the India, if I'm not wrong.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes,
What
yes.
they does, if you want to book an appointment of a particular doctor, what you does
Mm-hmm.
is that
Mm-hmm.
it is a small one. I'm just a small AI agent they have used to create that. You just they will enter. You just message in WhatsApp. Hi. Basically, it is a WhatsApp
Mm-hmm.
AI agent. Basically, automatically
Mm-hmm.
it will tell how may I help you. I need to book an appointment. It will ask your
Mm-hmm.
locations and which
Mm-hmm.
location. Select enter the number and all the details. You will enter the details. Which doctor? What is the patient name? Do you want pay now? It is connected everything. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, our goal is here. Why I said that fulfilling a specific task, right? Here, our goal is in Manipal Hospital, we fulfill the specific task, book an appointment and confirm the appointment and pay the payment done. No need to wait on the queue, no need to call to the customer care to book an appointment, right?
But this is a very simple one. But
Eh,
if you go for a complexity,
Sir, sir.
let me give a small example. Let's earlier days we use the film based what it is the X-rays, right?
Mm,
To detect the any the patient related when
mm,
they go
mm,
for the radiology, right?
mm, mm,
So if you go with that, or else in anything like medical related, so
mm,
just appointment is I don't think it is a good idea of utilizing the AI. Even if before AI also there are the solutions, but
okay.
the major solution when we are going to be take in the same place. Suppose if you are taking a patient, the patient is coming, the
Mm,
upcoming his records are there, medical records are there, identifying the medical records, and
mm,
tomorrow, these medical records are not only the hospital and the insurance companies also be maintaining before issuing the new insurance. So
mm,
the evaluation of the technology is going to utilize not in a simple way because if you are going to be go for a complexity, maybe in the first day we are discussing like this, but what I observed in the industry, the AI and
mm.
other things are going to utilize in the pharmaceutical industry and the medical industry is vastly than the any other areas. Like what we are
Let me,
all the
I
people are
am,
going to be discussed in the just like a ChatGPT, you can give
Surender, no,
some
no, no, no,
prompting
no,
and answering.
no,
Even
no, no.
if you want some drugs also be answering. That is also be possible. But
One sec.
because
I
I am
understand.
expecting some complexity from the AI,
One
because
second, sir.
yeah, that is important, right?
Sir,
So
let me.
otherwise, what is the
If you give me a
yeah?
chance, I can answer your question. If you give me an opportunity, I can answer your question. Sir, whatever the options you performed, that see, AI is just an application, is a tools. The background of the AI, I told you very, very clearly in the image also I showed you that there are the two concepts which is really required to perform the AI. That is what are the concept which I said, that deep learning and reinforcement. In the deep learning, we have the concepts to perform, that is ANN, artificial neural networks, GNAN, GNN, RNN, CNN, convolutional network. From CNN, we can get the computer vision. Whatever you said, that like X-ray analysis, drugs analysis, video analysis, that can be done using a concept of computer vision. So the backbone of generative AI or agent, these are the two concepts I explained very clearly. That is what I've also given a sign direction. That is what even I told in the very first class, first time, first 15, 20 minutes only. You just, these are the tools which can easily done. This is not our important. The important for us is here, these two things is important. I told you also very, very clearly, I will explain in detail about the deep learning. Don't assume that I don't need code and all. With the help
No,
of
no,
deep,
sir.
no,
Because
no, wait, wait, wait.
because
No,
maybe
no, no.
I entered in a late in this
Yeah,
discussion, but
yeah,
yeah,
even
because
yeah, here also I explained very clearly about the deep learning. That is the C, whatever the question you asked, complex and everything, part of deep learning.
hmm
I told very clearly, guys. Did I mention or not?
yeah, no problem. Because we have the four
I think
outpatient offices. So I thought of implementing the simple AI. Yeah.
see, for this you require to learn the concept of deep learning, sir.
hmm
Yeah.
Okay.
Did I mention this point, guys? Deep learning, yes or no? Amir, Arvind,
Yes.
Chindu,
Yes.
Yeah.
Rishi.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Sure, sure. No, I'm rising. Maybe
Yeah, no problem. No,
sorry
no,
for
just
that.
no, no,
Suppose if
no,
I ask the questions. Yeah.
no, no, no. You can ask the question, sir. Always you are helpful
Yeah,
because
you
other people also know.
mentioned. Yeah,
Yeah, so sorry.
yeah, you mentioned.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, next question, please. Before I go to the next point. I'm happy to answer a question. I don't have any regret to answer a question. When should I regret? If I don't know the concept, then I should regret. There is a missale happening, misconceptions are happening in the industry that they are highlighting only Gen AI. Just they run the course prompt engineering and okay, you know the prompt engineer, you are done as you are a generative engineer. This is not the correct, guys. If you want to be a proper generative AI specialist or AI specialist, you must learn the concept of deep learning and reinforcement learning. Right. So directly, okay, let me start deep learning tomorrow. No, it won't work in that way. If for understand the deep learning, you require the part of machine learning first. From the drawback of the machine learning, we learn the deep learning. From right, then we automate the process that can be done with the help of generative AI. If you take any tool, ChatGPT. Okay, let me ask a question. Let me show you to you only the proof. What is the backbone for ChatGPT? See here. The core technology behind ChatGPT is the transformer models. A type of sir here. Can you read this one? What is this? Can anyone read this one? What is this?
Neural network architecture widely used in the natural
Uh,
language process (NLP).
exactly. Neural network means you will look into here. Deep learning is employs set of algorithm known as neural network. Right? Widely used natural NLP. The model found large language model LLM like ChatGPT, enabling it to understand generate human text by Open user, what is that? See here. Additional open users reinforcement learning with human feedback to further refine the model response. That is what I clearly said here also, sir. Right, everyone. I'm not only Surinder, I'm just talking to everyone. If anyone have misconception about this.
No. Thanks for answering because Surendra is a very senior person, like a 50s. So yeah,
No, no.
maybe all are anxious. Yeah.
Yeah. Not only Surinder, not sir, not only you, sir. I'm just telling to everyone there is a misconception in the industry.
No. Because I'm interested in this area, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, I don't know how much time required to learn and functional means implementation process. That I don't know.
No problem, sir. We can implement the best way, sir. Don't worry. Right. Even I can show you one of the tool. Where is that? I'm implementing different tools for everything. Uh, Gender age. So based on this project, I have done this project. I'll show you one of the Anaconda prompt. I can show you one of the project guys to everyone. Python. Mm. So it is again, this model is built on top of this one. Okay, why it is not working? Oh, sorry. So I think I can show you this maybe something which is maybe restarted laptop. Probably that could be the reason it is not working now. So this is the OpenCV. This is one of the age and gender predictions. It can be done again with the help of the our other project which we are working. So shorts. I'm working on that point. I'm just working on that point. Already created some pool shots under cricket shots, which shots we predict and all. These are the part of like as you said that maybe I don't have the data for the health drugs and all right, X-rays and all. So this is how I can help you some other way around to perform similar task. Right? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Next question. Shall we go to the next question, please? Next question. Next question, please.
I
Okay.
have one problem statement if you can answer.
Yes, please go ahead, Surendra.
The problem statement is, you know the caterpillar, right?
Yes.
So the caterpillar, they have mining missions. So when the mission is going to be in a deeper underground, like 2 or 3 kilometers, or sometimes above 4 kilometers, it is under the ground.
Okay.
So during that time, it will keep on sending the instructions like log information, like how the machinery is working, how the hydraulic system is working, how the fluids are available, is there any problems? All the data it's keep on sending to the central system,
Okay.
wherever it is, whether the system is in Africa or China, India, anyway. Okay.
Okay.
So, so build the AI build the AI, identify based on the instructions it is sending, log information, identify which area it is going to be creating the problem, which part is going to be replaced. That will be send the information to the customer who is utilizing the either leasing or utilizing the machinery. It's a very simple problem statement.
Sir, honestly speaks, as you
Yeah.
mentioned, this entire thing understood the concept. Honestly speaks, for this, we don't need AI tool also. Maybe
Okay.
for front end, you can, by using simple EDA analysis or simple machine learning, we can predict,
Mm-hmm.
we can
Mm-hmm.
identify the reasons for root cause, identify root cause for where it is getting problem and all. We can perform, it can be done using simple rule-based analysis.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
And just,
maybe that because I
yeah.
don't have the knowledge, and
It can be
that's the
done, sir.
reason.
Very easy, sir. It can be
Very
done.
simple,
For that
right?
stuff, you need to use live streaming, like Kafka kind of thing.
Yeah, the
No, the
Kafka.
Kafka, it will be reading the data. Means but actually this problem statement is 10 years old. 10 years old.
See. So that is
There is a
so
company is Yeah, there are different companies tried this get the solution, but finally one company was come up with this. Even Microsoft also be failed this problem statement. So later time, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, if I speak, like I was in kind of a similar problem. I was in I was in Caterpillar. So I worked in a kind of a similar problem 10 years back. So we used kind of a priori and sequence mining algorithms, those rule-based algorithms for solving
Yeah,
this.
yeah, rule based only. That's what I said, right? Rule based only, right? Hmm. Hmm. Basically, very good. Recommendations, basically, recommendations will recommend that. And for real-time process, you can process the data using the Kafka, whatever the Umesh or someone has
Yeah,
mentioned that.
they have the telematic instruments giving the instructions to the customers. I know, but this problem statement I heard in back in 2014. Accenture and other companies are tried, and I think I heard Microsoft or somebody also be tried but failed. Finally, there is one Bay Area company. They got the solution and they provide the solution. Later time, this company was acquired by some UK or UK based company, something. Yeah.
Okay, fine. I think let's move on to the next point, guys. Any other questions, guys? Okay, tomorrow, I mean, we'll discuss about this applications and all. Anyway, I'll cover that later part. That's it for today. I think it will take a lot of time also. So in Monday, what we will do? Monday we'll start with the Python, guys. Monday we'll start with the Python. There we will discuss in detail about the Python. First we'll focus on the Python. Then we'll go the machine learning. Then we'll go the deep learning. Then once the deep learning is done, we go the generative application. At the end, before we are covering the AI agents, we'll cover the reinforcement learning. That is the plan for this course. Now you may ask a question. Why you are covering reinforcement last? The reason is it will be helpful as human feedback and input and everything will be helpful at the time of AI agents only. That is the reason. Yes, Arish.
Cody, sorry, your voice broke down when you were saying all the things that we are going to learn in this course. Can you repeat all
Yeah,
of them?
what I said that in this course, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
First, we will start with the Python from base to end. Okay, Python basics and advanced will be covered. So the advanced concepts like whoops concepts, generators, decorators, these are the helpful to create the pipelines basically. For data analysis point of view, we use the basics of Python, pandas and all, data analyzing. Once you're done the Python, we'll go with the statistics, basic statistics to understand the exploring the data and perform the making the decisions, EDNs. From that, we will go with the machine learning. In the machine learning, there are three things basically: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Here I will give the basics idea only, basics only first, and then drawbacks of machine learning. I will go with the deep learning. In the deep learning, I will cover about the ANN, RNN, CNN with the help of PyTorch and TensorFlow frameworks, basically Python frameworks.
Okay.
And then I'll also cover the GNN, and then I'll also cover the CV, computer vision. From these, we will go with the generative application. So here there are kind of two things: coding based, no coding based. Here majorly we'll cover about the LLMs, with different LLMs, RAG models, these kind of things. I'm just giving the high level only. From that generative, we'll go with the drawbacks of generative, we'll go with the reinforcement. From the reinforcement, we'll learn the AI agents. AI agents can be done with the lang chain, llama index. Right. This is what the course. For every topic, we'll have the projects, guys. For every topic, we have 3 to 4 projects. One project will be explained in the class. Remaining we'll have to do as a project. Or all 3 projects, I'll explain the concept. Remaining projects you need to work in the class or assignment. And of course, apart from that, we'll also cover the GitHub, next to LinkedIn sessions. So you see nowadays, LinkedIn is a mandatory. Do you know that? Do you know? Do you have any friends who are working or who are in USA who are looking for a job?
I am from the USA.
Surendra, I don't know whether you are aware of this or not. I'm not sure. Nowadays, company, I'm not sure because not because of age. I'm not saying because we are
No problem. Yeah, because I'm working in USA for the last 18 plus years. Yeah.
yeah. So now, if I'm wrong, you correct me if I'm wrong. Also here, what I heard from few of friends, they are taking LinkedIn profile as a rent base. Do you know that?
That is not today. It is running for the last 10
Mm.
plus years.
Yeah, maybe probably. Why they are taking renting? Because if you have a LinkedIn profile as a fresh profile, very less likely chances to get a job. So my suggestion is maybe next week or any some week we will take a LinkedIn session. So whatever the topics you have learned, just post as an article as a concept into your LinkedIn. What other people think? Oh, this guy have a lot of articles in LinkedIn. Probably a very strong guy. Highly likely chances.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
what you can do is just instead of just posting what we are learning, you can give some use case based presentation because everyone are following the same concept. Even I follow the same thing.
yeah,
Whatever I am learning, I do some certification and post it, and also be my. If you don't mind, can I take 1 minute time?
yeah. Please, please.
Okay. So what I do is I'm in Bay Area, California. So I use it to attend the some startup meetings, any technology based meetups. So what we going to whatever we are discussing here is already some theoretical and some very basic from the functionality because industry how the industry is moving every 6 months that is completely different because whatever I raise one log base, right? The log base caterpillar is 10 years old. The same log base I heard there is a heartbeat base about laboratories and there is a hospital in Minneapolis. They joint venture and they come up with a product like if a heartbeat patient is there, so the log whatever he mentioned like a Kafka, right? Kafka is using in that area streaming, but artificial intelligence is growing in a medical field and other areas very fast. Even near to my house, we saw the Philips. The X-ray whatever I gave that X-ray, the Philips is using that one. So like that, the data whatever we are doing is just like we learn this one. I know Python or I know this one. That is no one are
Sir,
care about
sir,
that.
one second, sir. Sir, that is not where we are teaching, sir. Anyway, we are not
Mm,
teaching the
mm.
basics. We are teaching of every topic. We are given the 3 to 4 projects which cover the in depth. For an
Yeah, then
example,
only it will be
see,
useful. Yeah.
for example, this is the example I have taken this. I will show you one example to everyone. ML project. So, so for example, if I take the end-to-end project of ML, we cover the project problem definition till, I mean, the way we how we teach here, the problem definition, how we got the problem. So we have taken the different examples of the problem, right? How we have taken the problem, working in an organization, what is the manufacturer does, the retailer does, defining a business problem, how to solve the business problem, how to incur the losses and all. Everything we covers in depth. That is how we got this the surviving in the industry, sir, not basics. Anyway, that is a different topic.
Yeah, thank you.
So yeah. So the LinkedIn profile, as he also mentioned, like we also required. So we have a sub. I mean, we have our team mentors. They can help you to LinkedIn profile. Whatever the topic you have learned in a use case point of view, as you mentioned, or even I said project point of, what are the projects you have done? Put those projects in GitHub and post those summary in the LinkedIn. Say, right? Then highly likely chances to get a job, guys. So earlier, you just post, I will apply my profile in Naukri and all, I will get a job. Now, what people are doing, what people are checking is based on the based on the LinkedIn. Only 80% of people are getting a job based on the LinkedIn. Right? Even we proved, even majority of our students are getting the same way. So you should have a strong LinkedIn profile to get a job. We can help you in that. That's all for today. Any questions, guys? Before I thank you.